A professional typist once clocked 216 words per minute on a live stage. That is faster than most people can even read. And the gap between that person and the average desk worker is not talent. It is a set of very specific techniques that almost nobody teaches. We are going to break all of them down today. And the one at the end is the one that will genuinely change how you work forever. Think about how much of your life happens through a keyboard. Emails, documents, messages, code, searches, it all flows through your fingertips. The average office worker types for roughly 4 hours every single day. Over a full career, that is tens of thousands of hours. So even a modest speed improvement is not just a party trick. It is time back in your life, real, measurable time. And here's the thing almost nobody tells you. Most people hit a speed ceiling not because they lack practice, but because they are practicing the wrong things. We will get to exactly what that wrong thing is in a minute, and the answer is going to surprise you. But first, let us start with the foundation, because without this, nothing else works. Most people learn to type the same way. You hunt, you peck, you eventually memorize the keys, and somewhere around 40 to 50 words per minute, you plateau. You feel like you're getting better, and then suddenly, nothing. Progress stops. That plateau is real, and it has a name in the world of performance psychology. It is called the automaticity trap. You've gotten good enough that your brain stops actively working on the problem. Your fingers are moving on autopilot, and autopilot has a speed limit. The first technique to break through that ceiling is called chunking. Instead of thinking about individual letters or even individual words, elite typists think in phrases. Your brain processes language in meaningful clusters, not one character at a time. When you train yourself to anticipate the next 3 or 4 words before your fingers even land on the current one, your speed can jump dramatically. Studies on expert typists show they are reading roughly 2 to 3 words ahead of where their fingers are. It sounds small. The difference it makes is enormous. Now here's the pattern interrupt you didn't see coming. Stop and think about the last time you actually looked at your keyboard while typing. If the answer is recent, that habit is costing you more than you realize. But here's the counterintuitive part. Just telling yourself to stop looking doesn't work. We will come back to exactly what does work, because the solution is genuinely strange. The second technique is about error correction, or more accurately, about stopping error correction in the middle of a word. This one feels wrong at first. Most people, when they mistype a letter, immediately hit backspace and fix it. But that micro pause and the cognitive interruption it causes is one of the biggest speed drains in typing.
Elite speed typists train themselves to finish the word, fix it at the end, and keep their rhythm intact. The flow state of fast typing is fragile. Every time you backspace mid-word, you are breaking that state and rebuilding it from zero. Training yourself to complete the word first, even a wrong one, and then correct, keeps your speed momentum alive. Third technique, and this is where we start getting into real performance territory, keyboard selection. Now, before you roll your eyes, stay with me, because this is not about spending a fortune. It is about understanding that different key switch mechanisms require meaningfully different levels of force and travel distance to register a keystroke. The average membrane keyboard, the flat, cheap one that came with your computer, requires you to fully bottom out each key for it to register. That wasted distance adds up across thousands of keystrokes. Mechanical keyboards, with lighter actuation switches, allow your fingers to register keys at the halfway point of travel. That is half the vertical movement, repeated tens of millions of times across your typing life. The physics alone tell you the outcome. Now let us close that loop from earlier, the looking at the keyboard problem. You already know you should not do it. So why can't most people stop? The reason is that your brain is using visual confirmation as a crutch to handle uncertainty. When your mental map of the keyboard has gaps, keys you are not fully confident about, your eyes automatically fill in. The fix is not willpower. The fix is isolating exactly which keys you are uncertain about and drilling only those keys in short, focused sessions. 10 minutes on the number row, 10 minutes on bracket and punctuation keys. Plug the specific gaps in your mental map, and your eyes stop searching. It is surgical rather than general practice, and it works far faster. Here is the final technique, and this is the one that separates people who type fast from people who type fast under pressure. It's called live escape practice. The idea is deliberately training in conditions of interruption and chaos. You set a timer, you start a typing test or a real document, and halfway through, without warning, you stop, do something completely unrelated for 30 seconds, then come back and pick up exactly where you left off, without resetting your rhythm. It sounds almost absurd as a training method, but think about how typing actually happens in real life. You're mid-sentence in an email and your phone buzzes. You respond, you come back, and suddenly you're fumbling. Your speed craters, your accuracy craters.
Live escape practice trains your nervous system to maintain speed continuity across interruptions, and the improvement it produces transfers directly into your real workflow in a way that sterile, uninterrupted typing tests simply cannot replicate. This is the compounding effect of all 5 together. Chunking builds your anticipation. Aeroflow keeps your rhythm. The right keyboard removes physical drag. Targeted gap drilling frees your eyes. And live escape training makes all of it hold up when reality gets in the way. None of these techniques are secret, but very few people apply all 5 in sequence, deliberately, over even a few weeks. The ones who do consistently report breaking through plateaus they had been stuck at for years. So here's the question worth sitting with. You have been typing almost every day of your adult life. How much of that time was actual deliberate practice versus repetition of the same habits on autopilot? Because there is a massive difference between the two. Repetition maintains your current ceiling. Deliberate practice raises it. And the good news is, it does not take years to see results. Most people see measurable speed gains within 2 weeks of targeted practice. That is a genuinely short feedback loop for a skill that you will use for the rest of your life. If you want to stay ahead of everything trending, hit subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss what is next. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We read every single one.